Web 2.0 is a movement in which everyone can be an author on the internet. Because of cheap technology, it has allowed us to be the creators. Instead of us waiting for new things to be brought out onto the internet and seeing what other users are doing, it allows us to be the producers of our own work and the creators. I used After Effects when editing my trailer using different effects and clips such as blood on the screen. At first I found it difficult to come to terms with as I had never used it before. Then we decided it wasn't giving us the right effect we wanted in our trailer, so we stopped using this software. With the Apple iPhone, we used it in the scenes and the trailers for trends in the clip, making sure everything went to plan, and it made it easier to gain the right effect in the clip and wasn't so time consuming, having to really film everything because the timing wasn't right. The Apple Mac was the main computer which we used when transferring stuff from the SD card straight onto our film folder on the Mac. We edited our entire trailer on the Mac. Also, I used the Mac for research and evaluation purposes as well. I found the Mac easy to use and very quick and useful. Blogger acts like an online portfolio for media users to create a blog, uploading posts and gaining feedback. I used Blogger for uploading my coursework throughout the year. It was easy access as I could locate my work from home, and also my teacher could get to my blog and give me feedback and improvements on each post I uploaded. I really like the website Blogger and find it easy to get used to. I used Canon, which was easy to use and made my images come out to a high quality, allowing them to be in good focus. When trying to get a font which I was happy with and to get a good effect, to also fit in with the genre of my trailer, I used the website Dafont. Dafont was a very easy website to use as it gave you a lot of different varieties and made it easy for you to find the exact font you were hoping for, as it gave you options to type in the genre you were looking for. Dafont also allowed you to type the word into a text box to see what each font looked like and what you were trying to get. You could also pick the option of either having the text small or large. A website which I used to annotate images and forward them onto my blog was Flickr. Flickr allowed me to upload images which I followed on by analysing them, and it allowed me to create text boxes in certain areas on the image to write detailed descriptions explaining the image in more depth. Straight from the website, I was able to upload quickly and easily from there onto my blog. I found Flickr easy and straightforward to use, but also Flickr gave it a professional finishing look. Another website which I used to upload Word documents onto my blog in a professional looking way was Flipsnap. Flipsnap made my documents look like they were in a book format, allowing readers on the blog to interact with the program, and they were able to turn the pages of the book. To create music in the trailer, I used GarageBand, which I could search for specific genres and styles of music and flip through the options to decide which one were the best to place in the trailer. It was a good, easy software to use and gave my varieties of music, and I found it very helpful. Google Chrome was the main easy software which I used to gather imagery, research and text. It was the main function which I used to gather all my coursework and place onto my blog. Also, due to Google Chrome keeping track of my history, it allowed it to be quicker and easier for me to find previous resources. HandsG. Throughout the year, this has been an easy to manage with and easy to get to grips with. Like any computer, it hasn't crashed or gained viruses. Issuu was a website which I uploaded Microsoft Word documents and converted them into PDF files to then upload straight onto my blog to give the file a more professional feel and more presentable. I found the website was nice and easy to get used to. Prezi is a website which allows you to make visual and audio presentation. I struggled to get to grips with it to start with. I'm still not sure on some things and I do need to ask, but it makes my work presented well and I do feel like my work looks more professional and neat. Safari was a browser which we use on the Apple Mac, which was the equivalent of Google Chrome on the computers. I used Safari whilst creating our trailer to research backing music and other information which we needed to gather for our trailer. Panasonic was a video camera which we used to film our trailer. We used HD video camera which made the quality of the image and produced a better professional look. I found the camera was easy and with easy functions. Photoshop was the main editing software which I used both on Apple Macs and normal HandsG computer to create my magazine cover and poster. To start with, I found it hard to learn all the tools and all the functions Photoshop gave me, but overall I liked Photoshop and it gave my work a clean professional look which I was looking for. PowerPoint I used to research and gather all my information to then present my work professionally through SlideShare to then upload onto my blog. I found it useful and easy to use, and when uploading my file onto SlideShare it was a quick, simple method which then went on to present my work well. Premiere is a software which I used on Apple Mac which allowed me to create my horror trailer. At first it took me time to learn all the functions which it offered me, but once I got past the initial first time with the support of others and learning all the tools, it became easier to use. SD card was used when filming the trailer and also taking pictures for my coursework. I found it easy to use and all it needed was to transfer all the data from the SD card straight onto my computer to save onto my documents. SlideShare was a website which allowed me to use PowerPoint files onto my blog that allowed the viewing audience to interact with the slides at their own rate. I felt it looked nicer and neater. Snippet was a tool that my teacher showed me which made it a quicker and easier way to take areas of a page and save them as an image. Snippet allows me to cut around exactly what I want and save as a document, or copying it and then pasting it onto another page. Whilst taking images for my coursework, I had to use Studio Lights. The Studio Lights has 5 separate bulbs which you can decide how bright you want your image to come out and how much lighting you want it to produce in the room. It made it easier to get the right lighting in my shot, so I could make sure the lighting wasn't manipulating the picture. At first I found it tricky trying to get the right lighting, but after a while I understood and got the right image for my coursework. SurveyMonkey is a website which allows you to make surveys and questionnaires online which you can either print out or share via the internet. I use SurveyMonkey to create a questionnaire to hand out to the public to gain feedback on our trailer, and specifically knowing who the target audience is and what they wanted in the trailer. SurveyMonkey also produced graphs which showed feedback on online answers, which saved me a lot of time. I found it simple and quick to use and very effective. A tripod was used when filming the trailer and taking pictures for my coursework. It allowed steady camera work, keeping the clip in focus and making sure the images were still, giving it a professional look. It was easy to set up and quick to use to carry around various locations. Microsoft Word is a software which allowed me to write and create the bulk of my written coursework. Word is an easy software to use when writing scripts, essays, etc. I found it very easy to use and very effective. Also, from there on, I could upload onto any media sharing website straight onto my blog. YouTube was used when researching into horror trailers, gaining all the information which I needed to follow the conventions. Also, I used YouTube to upload various parts of my coursework which gave my work a great look and also to upload my trailer. I also found it a quick and easy process. The Zoom mic is a handheld mic which I use when filming the audio in the trailer, but also for certain aspects of my coursework. I found the Zoom mic very easy to use and very effective. I realised you need to be in a quiet room to get the full effect. Headphone splitters are a good product which allows more than one person to listen to a clip on a computer. I use this product when watching trailers on the Apple Mac. It made it accessible for all my group to watch the trailer at the same time from the same computer.